All right, welcome on in, everyone, to another Grip TV broadcast. Today we got Top Split GT3 racing at Suzuka. And as we're taking a look at some of the overview here, and they're going to get gridded up, Judson Kane's joining us. What can you tell us about Suzuka, Judson?
Well, good evening, Grip TV faithful. We're in Suzuka Sakito, is how you say it in Japan. We're in Suzuka City, my prefecture of Japan. This course owned and dominated by Honda Motor Company, home of the Japanese Grand Prix. GT touring cars, mostly touted for being the best track in Formula One Grand Prix. We got a shootout in the top tier GT3 race right now. This is going to be an interesting one as this is our first look coming off of Spa. How you doing today, Matt?
Oh, doing wonderful. And yep, we got on a helicopter, heading on over here, set up all the cameras, and here we are at Suzuka. Thanks for joining us, everyone, as we take a look around here at some of the grid. And these guys are going to get going here pretty soon, so strap it down. You're in for a wild one here in Japan.
As they're all gridding up right now, just some quick expectations. Early pace, yeah, should be around a 2 to a 201. There are guys already touching 158s with qualifying fuel, so expect that late. The tricky part of this course is going through the S turns on this course, as well as trying to put a setup that's also going to work at higher speeds around Spoon Curve, which is turn 13 and 14 before the back straight. It's proven difficult for me as I've been setting up my car, and has been so forth with a lot of drivers as they're trying to find balance with their cars. So expect this race to be a wild and nasty one as we're about to go green.
That's right, and the pace car's pulling off. And green flag, green flag, green flag here has waved. And there they go, folks, 3 wide almost. Here we go. They cross the start-finish line and they begin this 30-minute sprint race right here at Suzuka.
10 car playing a defensive line on the number 3 car. Benjamin Allen took over the second place position. As they're on their way in the S's, they got to take better care. It's kind of a third gear floater. Some people take it through fourth gear. It's a tricky area because as the car's rebounding, it causes immense oversteer. So that's why drivers set up for understeer, but that does terribly in the later parts of this track. Matthew Escada's got to run with that McLaren. It'll be interesting to see how the McLarens stack up against the roof in comparison to Spa and now here at Suzuka.
Yep, and we're just taking a look right here as we're following right along beside the McLaren there. And that's Matthew Escada, 6th place in that number 5 car.
Yep, we're coming on our way up to the hairpin, turn 11. Second gear, some people pull it with 1 gear. Roll right around that and off you go to a high-speed thriller. Curve right, turn 12 up to Spoon Curve, which is a double left-hander, a 13-14 turn. Though I would say Spoon Curve, where we're at right now, is one of the opportunities to overtake in this area. A lot of because the S turns and these interesting other turns, there isn't many places to overtake here. As the leaders are on their way down, they go through a high flying left turn of turn 9. It's called the Degner curve, or excuse me, turn 15. And then we're on our way into what's called the Casino Triangle. And the Casino Triangle was installed later on because cars were traveling too fast. It used to be just a wide roundabout to the start-finish line.
That's right, we're just watching our leader there. And that's 1 lap here at Suzuka as we only got 27 minutes left. Man, this is a sprint race, Judson. This is wild stuff. You're going to see some guys over. There's battle for 2nd and 3rd right now.
Yeah, and right now you're looking at a wide array of technical skill sets here. People that have practiced, people that haven't. So it's going to be what I assume is going to be pretty stable because people are just running through lap times conservatively. Confidence of overtaking is very slim here, especially because there's so few opportunities. It'll be interesting to see once we capture and overtake what kind of maneuvers we're going to see.
And we got a guy off. That's Sergio Baznov. He got off into the grass. Let's take another look at it, folks. As he's coming around the S's, gets a little bit too much on the throttle. And he's just setting up for this this spin out here. As we take a look at what happened just moments before the off track. As he's just too much on the throttle, gets away loose, gets into some. Oh, yep, and that's all it takes. And around he goes. Gonna lose a lot of positions. So he's taking it in there as we get back right back on our leader. He's out to a commanding lead right now.
Yep, and right behind them is Brett Hage, the number 10 car, and Benjamin Allen. Benjamin Allen got a run on Brett Hage while you guys are watching the replay. They're going through the high-flying left-hander up into Casino Triangle. Let's see if Benjamin Allen can get a run down the front stretch into turn 1, the other popular overtaking spot.
As we got some movement back there with the McLaren. And he's going to get around Matt Anderson.
Number 3 car positioning, dipping on the inside, brake late. Nope, not close enough. You're going to have to be pretty tight on these cars to take advantage of that overtake down the short straight.
Yep, that's right. We're just watching Benjamin Allen getting real close to the bumper of that Brett Hage.
That's exactly it, Matt Malone. Is the real winners here are going to be the guys that are able to stay close to the bumper through the S turns while they're feathering through the third gear. Some of these guys are going to be using the third gear throttle even to help turn the car, depending on how their car is set up. Benjamin Allen's doing a great job here, and I could see an overtake here on Brett shortly.
Yeah, and you know, it's early in the week here, and these guys haven't had too much practice yet, and they're really doing all they can here. But we can see, like Manu Hagee, he's just out to a commanding lead. But we'll keep an eye on the lap times, folks, and just see what kind of lap times these guys are able to put down this early in the week.
Allen on a run, Allen on a charge. They're on their way up to turn 13, spoon curve. You got to run, but of course, Brett Hage could shut the door quickly by just taking the inside defensive line. Third gear through here, accelerate out, down the back stretch, down to turn 15. Hage defensively driving like a champ.
Yeah, and we're seeing it from Benjamin Allen's cockpit view right now as he's working to get some draft off that tank. Gives off a little bit, plays it right. We got this really tough left-hander there. As he can make it real loose there. I bet these guys are running some high downforce as they head on into here, getting a lot of curb over there, trying to set it up, go across the start-finish line. As Benjamin Allen is really trying to get past him. He may do some work here.
Yeah, Allen took a more aggressive line to the inside down the stretch here. Hage, Allen, bringing even. Allen has his nose right into the rear quarter panel of Hage. He sticks it with a brake late opportunity. Hage, smart, brakes early. Allows the pass to happen without incident.
Yeah, no need to cause any big issues there with when the guy's got that much draft and that much momentum. You just kind of got to brake early, get out of the way, let him go, and maybe you can challenge him back. As Brett Hage has got more issues now with the Walkers.
Yep, and Matthew Escajada is getting challenged by Jeremy M. Evans. Matthew Escada is challenging Richard Walkers in that Porsche. Matthew Escada in that McLaren has some space with Jeremy Evans braking deep, getting a good run through there in third gear as they're coming back up to the hairpin. Now, you'd be surprised, Matt, after you go down that back stretch, turn 15, that one that you mentioned is oversteer. In my setup now, I can actually go flat out in 6th gear and make that turn with a bit of understeer.
Yep, and it looks like some of these guys just went through the fresh paint booth, and they got some new skins on out there looking good. As yeah, we got some. These guys are. This is a pretty entertaining race here. Kind of a low turnout. Some guys deciding to maybe practice a little bit more before they enter one of these races. But these guys are out here, and you know what? I bet they were in some of those hosted sessions I saw earlier on, getting some laps in. As these guys are ready, as we're seeing some pretty good lap times here early on, and this is pretty entertaining to watch. 15 cars now in the lead lap.
Looking at Richard Walker's doing a 2:02 pace, looks like middle of the pack. 2-minute 2 second is about right there. It's low 2-minute 2. As Richard Walker's gets into the grass on turn 1, gives Michael Estrada in that McLaren an opportunity to start pecking at his rear bumper. Richard Walker is aggressively attacking the number 10 car, taking a very aggressive line, trying to make sure that his presence is noticed in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, 10-4. So these guys still going at it, and no pit stops here for this one. We only got 21 minutes left as they head on into turn 9. That McLaren, let's see how he handles this. I think the Porsches can be a little bit more aggressive there than the McLaren's, not sure. That is a really fun turn there, though, as they head on into the hairpin. Whoa, and the McLaren gets into the number 2 car, punts him, and it's good as we take another look at that one.
It is punting still, Matt, so to be expected.
Oh, and he just takes him out, almost flips him around, and I don't see any damage on that McLaren.
Now, it's pretty wild that in comparison to where we just came from, Spa known for really long, high-speed, long straightaways into really tight or slow down, third gear turns. Here, it's a lot of swooping turns, S-turns, technical S-turns, where the car's weight's being thrown either which way, and the elevation changes from Spa, which was a lot more extreme than this. So this is quite a different track in comparison. So I wonder how these drivers are going to adjust through the week.
As we just take a look at the, yeah, it will be interesting to see that, but we're looking at Richard Walker's rear end damage there. The damage may extend all the way up to his spoiler, not sure, but pretty bad, and we all know that that's right where the engine is, folks, so he could have some overheating problems. Got a little bit of damage to the left side as well with that tire exposed. He's going to keep it out there, though, running 6th place.
Manu doing 2 evens right now as his pace average. About 2 minutes, 0.588 average, so 0.05 of a second average. Pretty decent beginning pace, about as expected as we get some of the first races done here at Suzuka.
Yeah, pretty impressive as we see him coming around the hairpin right now, taking a look at some sector times. Pretty impressive here this early on, and a beautiful paint scheme there. I wonder if his girlfriend made that for him.
James M. Evans having a run on Matthew Escada. I wonder if that McLaren has some chassis damage that we can't see. Jeremy M. Evans having somewhat of a solid outing. Was consistent on 202s, dropped down to 203s from that incident lap. It'll be interesting to see if his consistency is there and how he's going to choose to attack this McLaren, because the McLaren can handle these high-speed turns with a lot more ease than these Porsches can.
Yeah, and we're just following in the cockpit view with that one Jeremy M. Evans in that number 6 car, seeing what he can do through the casino triangle. And coming around to the start-finish line, will be completing his 5th lap here at Suzuka. Not too much time left here, folks, as these guys see what they can do. This will be good. It's almost like a practice race. Some would say. Some guys do better in a race. That's how they get their practice in. And we'll just see how it will evolve throughout the week.
Benjamin Allen having struggles with a paced car as the rest of the crowd tries to navigate that well through the S-turns. Lapped car, number 16, Harry Cowan, lap down. Benjamin Allen, after that early battle, has been able to get it down to 201s, is averaging about a 202.2. Pretty good performance, but you can see some of these guys that have practiced more, the pace is going to get down. We could see midweek this week pace as low as 158s, believe it or not. We might even see it today. In the later laps, it takes less gas, but these Porsche GT3s, actually the optimal gas is about half fuel tank, and that's when the weight starts to counteract with the horsepower here, and you're going to start to see some pretty big gains.
As we get a look from way up top in the Grip TV blimp, and we see him coming around. It's a beautiful facility here, and we see a lot of people in the crowds cheering him on here. And I know that they got some great concession stands. Head on over. I know we got some lemonades up here in the booth, Judson. They got a lot of other stuff down there as they head on through. Good, nice little four-car battle. We got issues. Oh, maybe that was a lap car getting out of the way.
Yeah, Jeremy M. Evans is pulling onto the rear bumper down that back straight on Matthew Escada. Matthew Escada now up to third place. Jeremy M. Evans, it seems like the McLarens are hard to defend against with these higher speed turns. So the Porsche will gain back up through these more, turn complex of the S turns, and we'll get into turn 9 and 10. 9 is that third gear, hit it hard turn that's coming up pretty soon here. But the McLaren really shines in the higher speed swooping turns.
Yeah, it seems like it really does, and I would imagine. I know I took a couple laps around here, and man, getting through those S's was really tough. It's really going to be a risk versus reward. We see Allen getting real close up on the bumper, the number 6 car, Evans. As these cars have been able to keep it nice and tight here, nice and close. And whoa, we got some contact. Benjamin Allen into Jeremy Evans. Let's try to get a better look at that.
Benjamin Allen locked up his front brakes. Could be an indicator that his fuel tank is getting pretty low.
And it looks like, late into braking there and just plows into him. Hopefully everyone's okay as we see just a little bit of damage there in the front of the 3 car.
Jeremy M. Evans making another run on the McLaren down this backstretch. Meanwhile, Matthew Escada getting a run on Brett Hage. Matthew Escada needs to take some care because Jeremy Evans can take advantage of any mishap that he has trying to attack the car Brett Hage. Benjamin Allen must have had some problems because he was third place. So I think you're right there, Matt. Matthew Escada peeking on the inside, stays in line behind Brett Hage, followed by Jerry M. Evans, who also didn't want to challenge the McLaren of Matthew Escada.
Yeah, I wasn't sure that was a lap ago, whether or not he just was a lap traffic or not, but it looks like he just slowed way down. May got loose and just had to let off the throttle, and he just got out of the way because he knew he didn't have the speed coming down there. And yeah, he lost some spots there, so that was interesting.
Coming out of the Casino Triangle, actually, Matt, there is a bit of a downhill there, and for some cars, if set up a certain way, you can get quite a bit of oversteer there because you're transitioning the load from getting out of that low speed turn into that higher speed turn. Could have been a thing for Allen, but Allen overtakes Jeremy M. Evans in that turn 11. Turn 9. Up in the hairpin.
Yeah, we're going to take another look at that overtake as the number 3 car. Oh, you know what happened is Matthew got real wide there, number 6 car. Number 6 of M. Evans got real wide, going through Degner curve and into 9, and that was the reason why the number 3 car, Benjamin Allen, was able to get around. As we head back to live coverage here, as Matthew Escada working on Brett Hage still.
Behind there, and make note, Jeremy M. Evans, since losing that position, he's a bit frustrated. He's starting to overdrive the car. He's braking with ease, so he's allowing his car to carry momentum into the turns a little bit more, generating some oversteer during the middle of the turn. Could cause more problems and slow him down against the faster Benjamin Allen, who's been rock solid minus that one oversteer mistake coming out of the Casino Triangle here as we're going through right now. Overtake opportunity, Escada.
Going to the inside. I think Brett Hage might have got a little loose there coming down through the start-finish line, and he's going to take it.
Yep, the Casino Triangle is all about jumping on that gas as fast as you can, but unfortunately if you hop on it too fast or too hard, it can cause some oversteer for the roughs, and McLaren executed that Casino Triangle with ease. But he has oversteer in the S-turns, and there's the problem. He had bad throttle work through the S-turns, trying to carry too much speed, got oversteer, and is in the wall.
Who was that?
That's Matthew Escada. Matthew Escada out. He's back on the track, getting going, but he lost at least 4 positions. Benjamin Allen now getting challenged by Jeremy M. Evans. Jeremy M. Evans still is not going to give this one up. Brett Hage, I would consider a little bit more of a superior driver, but Evans is really allowing his car to carry momentum into these turns by braking lightly. And Benjamin M. Evans almost broke in on the inside of Brett Hage, almost slamming his rear bumper, followed by Evans hitting Allen. So there's a bunch of guys here racing pretty hard. Benjamin Allen taking a run on Brett Hage. Brett Hage currently in second place. Allen and Hage had the battle in the first few laps.
Yep, and not to discount our leader, Manu Hekula, running first place. He's got a 20-second gap here, folks, so he's doing really well. We're just keeping our eye on these battles here as the second place is going. Uh-oh, look who's coming.
Allen had a heck of a run. Hage had an interesting line through Spoon Curve, turn 14, before they hit this back straight. Allen charging hard. Hage driving defensively, braking early actually for the Casino Triangle. These guys have gotten tight again, and actually Allen had a huge run out of here. Watch him dump to the inside. Hage taking a defensive move. Allen dipping on the inside, faked it out, dipping on the inside now after he took a look. They're side by side as they're coming down into turn 1, also known as first turn. How about that? Allen passing up Brett Hage for second place.
Wow, you know what this reminds me of is going into turn 5 at Spa, where the draft is just, you got to really make a really good run out of the Casino Triangle in order to just hold off of it, just to keep your position.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't, that draft is just a killer here, and I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of overtakes going into the first turn there.
Jeremy M. Evans challenging on Benjamin Allen as Allen's trying to collect himself after getting overtaken on the front straight. Matt Malone is referring to Kemble Straight into Les Combs, which has carried, I bet you, 80% of the overtakes of Spa this year. Evans dipping on the inside after Allen had a little bit of an issue, Brett Hage had a little bit of an issue going through turn 9. He touched the dirt. Allen back on the inside, or Jeremy M. Evans back on the inside, but falls back in line to Brett Hage. Good thing this is a warm-up cast, fellas, because these names aren't easy, even though they're rather American.
And these two guys, Brett Hage and Jeremy Evans, going at it has allowed Benjamin Allen to get out to a pretty good lead.
Yep.
He's got a
Evans got a run.
1.6% lead, not percent. And you're right. Look, there's going to be another battle.
Evans dipping on the inside, taking a look, falling back in line. That's very wise. Keep it tight until you get into Casino Triangle. Casino Triangle, that if you're tight, you can be a late breaker. You can overtake on the inside. However, Evans wasn't able to do so. So can you get it out, get a run on the outside here? No. Hage still very fast out of that triangle, even though he got schooled by Benjamin Allen.
Yeah, and we only got 7.5 minutes left. And Jeremy Evans is definitely going to want to lock up a top 3 here to start the week out. Let me tell you, as he's looking to go again, we're looking right from the gearbox of Brett Hage. And whoa, I just got a face full of Porsche right there.
Yeah, Jeremy Evans took a very aggressive line through there in comparison to Brett Hage, who broke early. He's driving it conservatively. I think what he's playing stock into is that Jeremy M. Evans, who's been throughout this race, has been driving pretty hard, braking less, using the steering wheel as a brake by turning the wheel over all the way, which is a very common practice. However, it reduces your stability a lot of times. Jeremy M. Evans is driving like a bat out of hell, trying to catch Brett Hage.
Yeah, and I know we got quite a few other cars on the lead lap. Let's take a look back at Kevin Lawrence. He's in a little battle with Matthew Escaja, who had some issues early on. So that's a little battle going on. Keep your eye on Brett Hage and Jeremy Evans, Judson, as we go kind of through the field here and see who we're dealing with here early on. Let's start it off with 15th place Sergio Baznov, running 15th, having issues. Matt Anderson, 13th place, as he's in a pretty big battle here with Henry Cowan and Christopher Smith, and that's for the battle for 11th place. It's a
Malone.
three-car gaggle. What's going on, Brett Hage?
Nope, fake out. Evans had a run. He dipped on the inside in the back straight. Now he's really on the bumper of Hage. Hage creating separation through that high-speed lefter. Evans braking again, light braking, goes into the triangle with wicked speed and gets a run. Jeremy M. Evans has a run on Hage. Hage had a bit of a delay out of the casino triangle. Evans opting to go wide on the outside line. Then he dips on the inside. They're both playing defensively. Evans dipping on the inside, has his, even, just makes a pass.
You can't give people the inside here. What is Brett Hage thinking? You got to just take the inside. You're going to lose time, but the other guy's going to have to beat you around the outside. It's never going to happen, as these guys are definitely better learning that quick here. And as turn 1 has been shown, if all you got to do is take the inside, and you get it past pretty easily. Taking a look back here at we had some battle for 11th position, and there might have been an issue. Christopher Smith has got some damage to the back of his vehicle, and Harry Cowan's back there. Andrew Dilley, number 12 car, running 9th. He's struggling with the S's. I've been there, done that. And Don Munro, 15 car, running 8th place. But Matthew Escada working on Kevin Lawrence still for that 6th position here. We know the number 5 car did have some issues early on, and he went loose and right into the wall.
Yeah, and I'm still watching Brett Hage and Jeremy M. Evans. I think Hage needs to respond sooner than later as Evans is starting to get comfortable, but Hage has the abilities to take this spot back. It's just going to get increasingly harder as Evans is getting into his groove, running his line.
And as Matthew Escada is still working on Kevin Lawrence in that McLaren.
Hage just spun out. Hage spun out on the high-speed left-hander down the back straight before the triangle.
Oh, no, and that's turn 15, folks, and that'll get you every time as we take a look at it right now.
So it's interesting, the difference in setups here that are at play. Evans is actually making gains on Allen.
Oh, you know what happened? Brett Hage, he taps the brakes, got a little jerky, and he that unsettles the car, and he just went around. Unfortunate.
Matthew Escada making a run on Kevin Lawrence II. He's tightening this bad boy up. Haven't seen much of Kevin Lawrence, but Escada definitely carries speed for these early weeks, or the early races of this week.
Yeah, saw him in practice. He was able to put up consistent laps. Maybe not the fastest laps, but they were consistent. And he didn't have a lot of off tracks. He probably burned about a half a tank out there before he brought it in. But that's what it takes here, folks, consistency, especially as they go around the S's. And Matthew Escada will tell you, if he didn't spin out, he would have been right up there. But Yep, it's all about consistency here, folks, as this battle rages on here for the 6th place.
Kevin Lawrence went wide right before turn 9.
And Richard Walkers is trying to hold off Brett Hage for that 4th position, as both of those guys get down the stretch there.
So Richard Walker's, yeah, he got a spot from Evans, or from Hage when he spun out. Man, there's nothing that really gets your heart pumping and you get really pissed off than when you make your own mistake. It can really impact your driving. Let's see if Hage can keep his cool and race smart and race fast.
Yeah, it's the same way with Matthew Escada. You know, he should take a page out of his playbook, and you know, because he spun out early on, got back on the racetrack, and well, he's 7th place, not too bad. He could lock up 6th here pretty soon.
Yeah, this race is taking a whole different picture than what we saw over at Spa.
Okay,
Haig,
here we go
gonna
again.
be peeking. Yep, Haig peeking on Walkers on the inside, brakes late. Man, he chose to cut on the inside very late. That was smart because it forced Walkers into a no decision. He couldn't decide to take a defensive line at all because Haig waited till the absolute last second, broke late, and made a very easy force pass over Walkers. Nice drive, Haig.
But there we see it again. Pass on the inside, turn 1. Something you're gonna have to defend, as it's tough to say what these guys will do coming up to the turn, but if there's any inclination of those guys, a guy wanting to go, you know, inside there, you gotta defend.
Yeah, we're only going to see the suicidal drivers try to overtake in the S turns or even down this turn 9, this high-speed right-hander. And even when we get to this second gear roundabout up here.
Kevin Lawrence off. I believe it was Kevin Lawrence was off. Let's try to take
Still able to hold it. Escada getting a run on him, though. Way better line through that roundabout. Gear 1 roundabout.
Yeah, Kevin Lawrence went really wide on turn 9, was able to hold on to it. And we got the checkered flag, folks. They're finishing up right now. They're on the white flag. And Manu Heike, number 1 car, is going to pick up this one. As this one snuck up on me, folks. It's a short, quick 30-minute sprint. We've got Benjamin Allen going to be taking it in for number 2 spot as they get around. And Jeremy Evans, 3rd position. Brett Hage still holding off Walkers on the final lap here. Not going to be enough. Walkers going to get 5th. Hage getting 4th place. Not too bad after a spin out. And Kevin Lawrence, there's a pass. Matthew Escada. Did he just get around him there?
Nope. They're even right now, though. Right down the line.
Oh!
Lawrence got it. Kevin Lawrence just held on.
And we're going to take another look at that from the rear chase of Matthew Escada. So he gets a lot of draft coming out of there. Going to make a run at it. Oh, it was probably about by almost a full car length. Well, like a door and a half. Wow, what a great finish here. Matthew Escada picking up 5th position.
Well, that was a short but sweet little broadcast in comparison to some of the enduro stuff we were doing at Spa, Malone.
Yeah, and Sebastian Winterflood is filtering on in. He's going to finish this one on out in 8th position. And Christopher Smith coming around. He'll pick up 8th. These guys are probably on their victory lap. I'm not sure. I think he's finishing out. Yeah, he's finishing out. A little bit behind, but that's okay, folks. As Harry Cowan, Matt Anderson, 13th. Let's put up the standings and show you how this played out here as you take a look. But, yeah, quick sprint race. The time really flew there, Judson. And they were on the last lap without even us knowing, but they were battling the whole way, and we caught most of the action here on this early goings here in the week at Suzuka. And we'll be able to see these guys really get their setups nailed down and fine-tuned, and we'll see this progress throughout the week. I'm almost out of lemonade, Judson. What you up to?
um, I'm digesting what I witnessed here. Trying to come up with some assumptions of what I'm going to be seeing later this week. I think it is going to be a lot of this single file racing.
And then turn one.
Then it's going to be turn one. Yeah, absolutely.
Turn one in here, and also saw some other overtakes coming out of the spoon curve. If you can make a run on it there.
Spoon curve is the second most popular, and I would say that the hairpin, there's a possibility, but you really have to be on the guy's bumper going through turn nine, which is that third gear right-hander. But I think that's going to be really hard, and it's going to come down to how you can brake compared to the other person.
Yeah, and we saw, was it Hugh? I think Hugh.
Haig?
Yeah, Brett Hage. Brett Hage got loose on turn 15. That's that really quick little bender there right before you head into the casino triangle, and I have a feeling that that's going to be trouble there if these guys can't get their downforce dialed in right, as you get the car just a little unstable there, and it's hello wall, hello pit stall.
Yeah, a lot of the gains that I've witnessed so far in the setup world is how you set up your front and rear springs. Um, you want to keep them loose so you get a bit of understeer, but you most certainly through those S turns want to keep understeer because you want to accelerate through those turns. You want to use your throttle to balance through that. And it gets so weird on the backside. And I think Haig has an oversteer setup, so his stuff is way looser than where it needs to be dialed in. And I think that with that and a lack of downforce, the looser setups with high downforce was perfect for Spa. That's what I ran. But here it's a different animal. I think you have to go a little bit, have a medium to tight setup as far as suspension goes, and run a lower downforce, and you're gonna create the same effect of no oversteer in that big high speed left-hander turn 15.
Yeah, that's right, and it's going to be fun to watch these guys run this week, and I'm going to get out there and put some laps down myself and see if I can't get south of 122. But
122, holy Hannah.
Oh, 222. Or no, 122. What is it?
222.
Oh, 222. We got a long one here, folks. But so it'll be fun to see. Not too excited about the S's, but we'll see how these guys handle it. I'm sure we're going to see them ripping and roaring through there, thrashing it around. It's going to be one exciting week ahead of us for us. I'm glad those clouds were able to stay off, and we were able to get this quick 30-minute sprint in. And it's always enjoyable having you up here in the booth. And let's go get some more lemonades. Close this broadcast out, Judson. I just want to thank everybody for watching. Go ahead and check out griptv.org. Get yourself signed up on the forums. Get involved in the community. Give us your suggestions, your questions. Do whatever you
Your
want.
setups.
Yeah, your setups. I need a setup for Suzuka. But, yeah, get involved. There's other ways for them to get involved in the community, isn't there, Judson?
Yeah, there's, most importantly, be here in the chats, especially amongst our other broadcasters, forums, griptv.org and the forums. We want to see more activity there. And one of the things that really got me involved in iRacing and completely absorbed is participating on the track days when we do have them. Having an awesome community like you guys to make racing exciting is a blast. And if you haven't tried our track days, get in there the next time we have one open.
Yep, that's right. And sometimes it's hard to judge when those things are going to happen. We like to throw it around spontaneously sometimes, but just always be checking us out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and all that good stuff. And don't forget about Twitch, obviously. Come on, Twitch is where it's all going down. So we'll see you in chat. We'll see you on Twitch. We'll see you on the track. We'll see you everywhere else on the internets. And Judson, let's go ahead and down, and I'll see you at the concession stand.
I'm on my way over to the Porsche right now, actually, Malone. I'll see you on the track.
All right, 10-4 is we sign out this Grip TV broadcast. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time for another crazy race right here live on Twitch at Grip TV. Thanks.
Take care, faithful.